bottle.
What's going on, guys? This is Garrett and Lincoln of RUNAMUCK MMA fame and fortune. We are coming at you guys. Obviously, I'm a little bit late to the party covering
Just a
UFC
little
253. We don't like coming in on Mondays, but Sunday was just kind of a day where we doing our shit.
So, we had some stuff to do.
Yeah, but we're here now, and we're gonna go briefly over the prelims of UFC 253. Lincoln, what did you think about these prelims overall?
I thought some of them were pretty good. There was some good effort and some good drive. There was a few little questionable things that I had where some of them just felt like they just weren't going for it. The early prelims, I did like the Scarfold submission by Juan Espino. Mm-hmm. He had a good Scarfold submission. You don't see very many of those.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of squeeze strength you got there.
Yeah.
And this is the rest of them on the main prelims.
William Knight from one of our videos finally getting that contract and coming back to get the debut win.
Yep, and coming in as the underdog as well, and really kind of shined here. Here's some photos of his thing. We wanted to really highlight William Knight just because we have covered him previously, and he
and
really
Cam, you're also a a Contender Series alumni as well.
Yeah, this is his second fight, I believe, in the UFC after winning his debut. Turned 25, pretty much like the day before the events. But William Knight pretty much came out and dominated. Essentially, and he did great, and it was just really
look at that smile.
Yeah,
look at that smile. He's so happy.
Yeah, so he did good. I was really proud to see that. Oh, I can't wait to see more from him. The guy's just so physically strong.
He's so strong. He's got arms that are just barrels.
Yeah, so I can't wait for more of that. This one was what you wanted to talk about, the first Slovakian fighter in the UFC, I believe.
Yes,
Ludovic Klein.
Very impressive. You could kind of tell when it started that it wasn't going to last very long because they just went straight to scrapping. Mm-hmm. And close to is that the beginning of the round or at the end of the round? Beginning of the round. A minute in? Yeah. So a minute in, minute 16 in, Shane Young gets caught with a head kick that he partially blocks, and then he gets hit with a three-piece combo ending in an uppercut. And he was pretty much out until he hit the floor.
Yeah. And
then he woke up a little bit, getting hit with a few more ground and pound strikes, but he was out of there. What an impressive display by Klein.
Yeah. Yeah. And Paul Felder pretty much called it too with the head kick, which kind of carried into the uppercut. But that head kick really opened it up, kind of wobbled Young for a second, and then, finished him right there with that uppercut. And then we moved into the welterweight bout on the prelims between Jake Matthews, of the New Zealand team, with Alexander Volkanovski and stuff, the champion of the featherweight division, and up against his opponent, Diego Sanchez. Oh, boy.
Go to Bellator, guy.
I don't know, dude.
This is the part of the show where I talk about Bellator. No, at this point in his career, I don't know if he should. As I watched the Dana White saying that, comparing him to Donald Cerrone and talking about how the first season of Tough, those guys are very special to him, like Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner. But I just don't know how much longer Diego Sanchez has got left.
Yeah, it was rough. It was really rough. He looked like he was doing pretty okay in round number 1. But I don't know, man. It's like it got to a point where he was just being dominated. And that's what Matthews did pretty much the entire fight, was just dominate him.
It's hard to watch.
And it's rough because we know that Diego Sanchez is really looking forward to finishing this contract he's got. I think he's only got like 3 or 2 fights left in the contract. But he's really looking forward to finishing that out. And, my hope is that he just does so, just well enough. I hope he does.
In an exciting way, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. but yeah, it's pretty hard to watch sometimes. And
It's hard seeing him in a puddle of blood. Like it
yeah,
really doesn't make you feel good when you know how good of a guy he is.
yeah. And what was even crazier, you said puddle of blood. Like he's got so much scar tissue that
Yeah, that is just like when the Diaz brothers fight. They just
yeah,
get hit a few times and they start gushing.
yeah. I mean, when his head was on the mat and he got opened up over his left eye, and his head's
It's
just
mean.
pressed there. And as soon as he lifts his head up, it's just a whole puddle of blood in the shape of his head, as if his shadow just got glued to the floor.
Right.
But Jake Matthews really came out and just absolutely dominated. And Diego Sanchez, I feel bad because he's doing that whole he was doing that whole movement. He's got that movement coach or whatever. And it's crazy because like
It's just so outlandish sometimes. Like some of the stuff that he does and
yeah.
says.
I mean, his coach was there, and in between rounds, he's literally like, just keep moving, just keep moving.
Yeah, just keep moving.
And it's
Just
like that.
just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim,
Exactly.
swim.
And it
Oh,
didn't.
we love to swim. Yeah, it just really didn't work out for him.
No.
He didn't really land after the second round. He wasn't really landing. He didn't really even do the thing that Diego's known for, which is where he just starts winging them.
Yeah,
Like
it's
he
like
didn't even
he
go
kept
that
charging
far.
forward, and
Yeah.
he wasn't zigzagging, he wasn't using ankles a lot. He was just kind of kept charging forward and leaving himself open to a lot of brutal strikes that eventually Matthews just caught on to.
Yep.
But yeah, and then we finished out the prelims with Brad Riddell versus Alex Da Silva Coelho.
It's pronounced you didn't get hit in the eye.
Yeah, that was just
It was a punch and not a finger.
that was just like, oh my god, that I
He almost
remember.
he almost got cheated out of he pretty much did get cheated out of a TKO there.
Yeah, because he had the guy on the fence. Well, not on the fence yet, but he had him in
He had
right
the
where he
octagon
wanted
control.
him. Yeah, and that is probably that's probably the biggest blow up from a corner I have ever heard.
Yeah, that wasn't an eye poke. That was a punch.
I mean, they are going hard, and they are cursing up
Wouldn't you?
storm. Oh yeah, 100%.
If I was in your corner, I'd blow up.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, but he ended up finishing that fight pretty strong and getting the decision nod.
Good decision nod right there.
Yeah, and that is going to finish out the preliminaries. So make sure you guys check us out in the next part, where we talk about the first 3 fights of the main card. We'll see you guys then. Peace.